Hey everyone, it's Onglor. Welcome to the video. Glad to have you here. Today I'm going to be answering a question that I get asked quite frequently in my videos, and that is, how do I get my character to look the way she does, and also what type of physics am I using for the body? So I'll be answering those questions today. If you have been around the modding scene and community for quite some time, you're going to know the grand majority of these mods. But there's also a couple other ones that I use that you may not be familiar with that you should stick around and see what they are. So we're going to get started right now. Alright, so first things first, let's start with the head. I have always used the high poly head because it looks very good. It makes your character's face just almost come to life. And also whenever you want to use a preset of some sort, a lot of them do call for this head, and I can see why, and it will make your character look very good. Now, as far as the hairs are concerned, I've always used the KS hairdos with the physics because I just like having, my character's hair blow in the wind per se. And as far as the skin texture goes, I've been using the skin for, honestly, it's been so long I can't even remember now, the high quality gloss female body texture. Now, this has been around for quite some time. There are a lot of options to choose from when you install it. It's one of my personal favorites, always has been, and always will be. As of late though, I have switched it up to the diamond skin because I do like that, I guess you could say, soft look it gives your character. I like both, and I just sometimes switch between the both of them. Okay, so now we're actually going to get to the physics of the body here, or the heart of the matter. For the actual body, I use CBBE 3BA. I've been using that for quite a long time. And if you go to the webpage, you will see that there are quite a few other requirements to download to actually get the, quote unquote bounce for your character. Now, with that being said, one of my favorite bodies that I've always really liked since I started modding has been TBD SNP. Now, I like to go between both of them in game, and the way I'm able to do that is with the mod called Body Change, a multi-body shape system. It's a little bit, I guess you can say, triggering at first to try to set up, but once you actually learn how to do it, it's really not that hard, and having the ability to change between body types in game is really nice. It's just a click of a button through the MCN menu. So because of that mod, I'm able to use a couple different body types in game, which is really nice. Also, one of the things I really like having control over is the shine, or I guess you could say oil look on my character. And what I use is the Wet Function Redux 2.0, and what I really like about it is the MCN menu. It's pretty in-depth, and you just have to adjust the values. You have to toy with them for a little while to get the shine that you like, but once you figure it out, it's actually really worth it because you can do it for your characters, for NPCs. It goes really in depth, so that is something, if you're not familiar with, I highly recommend you go try out. Now, as far as the brows are concerned, I use a mod called, Brows. It's been around for quite a long time, and I've always liked using it, and I think it looks pretty good. As far as the makeup goes, the female makeup suite has been around for quite some time as well, and it has a lot of options to choose from, and also the makeup kit. Now, I go between the two because when you have both of them, you're going to have a lot of options to choose from, and all three of these mods have been around for such a long time. You can just throw them in your load order and not have to worry about it. And then now we're going to get to the, I guess you could say, heart of the matter. One of the questions I get asked the most is my character's body shape. How did I get it? Well, there are two presets that I like to use. One of them is called the dark preset, and I've been using this for quite some time. Also, I've been using Cal's sticky thick preset as well. So both of these, as you can tell, are for women that are more thicker. And I've been using these for quite some time, but also I have taken those presets and adjusted them to my liking. So the body type or shape that I'm using right now is something based off of those, but I've tweaked the sliders in, Body Studio just to the way I liked. And that is pretty much all of the mods that I use for my character. I don't want to throw a whole mod list at you guys because I don't want you looking through like 300 mods. So you can just look at the video, and I'll post a link to all the mods I just talked about in the description below. So if you want to check any of them out, if you're newer and wanting to, check them out, go for it. And like I said before, I just didn't want to be like, okay, here's my mod list. and have you guys look through everything, because I never really liked that. I want to tell you guys what I'm using so you can just grab and go. So another thing I want to talk about is, if you are newer to modding, it's always good to use loot, because if you just start throwing in all these mods, something might happen, and loot will always sort your load order to the best way that it can. But at the same time, you always want to make sure to read the mod author's page, because there are some mods that need to be loaded last, and or maybe even a particular spot, and if they're not, it can totally make your game go out of whack. It can crash to desktop, all sorts of crazy things can happen. So make sure that when you are modding, you're only doing a few at a time to make sure everything works. And then once everything's working and you get your load order sorted out and whatnot, then you can just go from there and start adding more mods. I just want to tell you this because I know quite a few people that have come back to Skyrim and they're modding their game and having issues because they put in, like, I don't know, 60 plus mods without even checking their load order and things like that. So I just want to say that really fast because it's very, very important so you can truly enjoy your Skyrim experience. So that is the end of, I guess you could say, part 1 today, and I hope you guys really liked it. Also, if you have any questions about these mods, I highly recommend you ask on the mod author's page, because if you look through the forums as well, pretty much any question you have has already been answered on there. And then when I'm having difficulties, I do the same thing. I skim through the forums. I can pretty much find the answers what I'm looking for and just go about my business. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. I really want to thank you for watching. And if this is your first time visiting the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. It would definitely mean a lot to me. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video. Take care.